This is my grandfather, Joe Davis. All right, see that? That's Joe Davis. See when he was born? He taught me about Jim Crow. He taught me about racism. He taught me about this. My grandfather, my father, my family. You feel me? My family. This is your president. That's President Biden. When I started this, he was Senator Biden. I started this when George Bush was in office. See the date? That's Kwesi Nkrumah and President Obama. President Obama asked for an investigation. It was about parole and probation. You feel me? Parole and probation. Consent to be videotaped. I'm an activist in Baltimore. Activism ain't terrorism. And my activism is about the prison industry. Slavery in the 21st century. Alright? Got that? Documented. That's page 1. That's 488 pages. That's a Jailhouse Diary. Like I said, I'm an activist. That's the Baltimore City Police Department. And that's parole and probation. You see that? Public safety. Corrections. Please refer to attached. Alright? That's all right there. That's Kai Jackson, Mary Bubala, Vic Carter. Y'all did the story on me in 2011. Activism ain't terrorism. That's Lake County, community in crisis. We're talking about the Baltimore Sun, the Lake County News. We're talking about Gov.O'Malley appoints 9 judges. Those 9 judges had 5 friends. You got 45 judges in courts to incarcerate our black community. That's David Smith. See the date? 2007. See the date? Chief States Attorney Waller, 2007. Long before I got locked up in 2011, I told y'all what I was doing. That's the media. The role the media plays in misinformation. We talking about mass incarceration. Conditions of confinement. You feel me? Conditions of confinement. That's parole and probation. And that's Facebook, 2011. And I gave it all right here. I also gave it to you right here. That's me. And that's Governor O'Malley. And parole and probation. A documentary about your prison industry. See that? Baltimore County versus Dwayne Davis. I was kidnapped by the state, so I charged the state with my kidnapping. And this was my witness list. Jake Davis, Patricia Cook, James Hammond, Paul Weinblatt, Scott Shellenberger, Peter Francott, Governor O'Malley, Adam May, Kai Jackson, Sheriff Fisher, Judge Turnbull. You see Malcolm Ruff? Malcolm Ruff is a witness. Now you Delegate Ruff. Frank Conway ain't here, but Xavier Conway is. Pollard Towing, Special Agent Richard McFeely, Barry Sims, Senator Ben Cardin, Shelton DeWintes, reporter, William Wells, Commissioner Belfield, Mary Pat Clark, Jack Young, Bill Henry, Mark Hardy, Carl Stokes, James Broshin, Kathleen Pugh, Judge Pearson, Judge Bell, Nathaniel McFadden, Barbara Mikulski, Congressman Dutch Rupersberger, Chief Editor of the Baltimore Sun, Timothy Ryan, President Benjamin Jellis. You see who's here? Richard Sher, Robert Lane, Charles Gibson, Judge Boris, Dwayne Gerald Davis Jr., my public defender, John Bailey, Governor Ehrlich, and President Obama. Those are criminal charges right here. Because I was kidnapped. That's Governor O'Malley. That's Baltimore County Chief Johnson. That's Baltimore State's Attorney Greg Bernstein and Scott Shellenberger. Y'all had all that. Y'all had it in 2014. It's a can of whoop ass. Like I said, that's David Smith, 2007. This is a movie called The Whistleblower. Alright? And that's the Department of Justice. That's Kai Jackson, Fox 45. Department of Justice. 2014. Kai Jackson. That's Mike Shue, WJZ, 2014. Department of Justice. Shielding law don't apply to y'all. That's Mark Gray, WJZ, 2014. Department of Justice ID number. The Baltimore Sun, Chief Editor, 2014. Department of Justice ID number. Shorty, pull your mask up? No, we're going to unmask Baltimore. Everything that you got to turn over. Release all material to the voters. That's Governor O'Malley. See the date? 2009, 1402 Lochner. That's President Biden. President Biden, you were Senator Biden when I started this. That's quite easy and full, man. That's my store on Falls Road. Get shorty. Whistleblowers. I was making a documentary. See who that is? Notary Public, Harford County. I'm an activist. My activism is documented. That's Karen York from Job Opportunity Task Force. She's with AmeriCorps now. She wrote a story about me. See this? That's Dwayne G. Davis, Governor Larry Hogan, Speaker Adrian Jones, Senator Bill Ferguson, Delegate Stephanie Smith, Attorney General Anthony Brown, Attorney General Department of Justice Eric Barron, Mayor Brandon Scott, Scott Shellenberger, Ivan Bates, Judge Mary Barbera, Judge Carrion, Judge Cox, Xavier Conway, Clerk of the Court. That's Governor Westmore. I'll ask for exoneration of the Supreme Court. That's Governor Westmore. See the paperwork? Exoneration or writ of certiorari, accessing the Supreme Court. That's Governor Westmore. All right. See who that is? An email, whistleblowers protection from the state office of the public defender. I blew the whistle on the courts and the corruption in the courts. It makes me a political prisoner. I own shorties. I'm the chairman, the president, the treasurer, and the secretary. And I've been owning shorties since 1998. I'm incorporated. You feel me? That's Governor Schaefer. That's President Obama and Barbara Mikulski. That's the Baltimore Sun. That's Broshin. That's 1402 Lochner, Washington, D.C., the White House, the office of President Barack Obama. President Barack Obama, you was Vice President Biden. President Barack Obama, 2009. So these is the mail receipts. That's Natasha, the state public defender. That's Chief Judge Mary Barbera. That's Kaylin Young. That's Governor Westmore. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. That's Judge Carrion. That's Ivan Bates. That's Xavier Conway, the clerk of the court. That's Delegate Stephanie Smith. That's Jared Jimenez from the Board of Elections. That's Bill Ferguson. That's Attorney General Anthony Brown. That's Governor Larry Hogan. That's States Attorney Marilyn Mosby. That's Mark Steiner from WEEA Radio. That's Peter Francott. That's President Biden. That's President Biden. And that's President Biden. You got my paperwork. You feel me? President Biden got my paperwork. President Obama asked for an investigation. These mail receipts means we're going to have a postal inspector investigate. That's President Biden and the Department of Justice. That's Adrian Jones, Speaker of the House. That's the Maryland Black Caucus. That's Delegate Stephanie Smith. That's Ivan Bates. That's Attorney General Anthony Brown. That's Izzy Pataki. Like I said, ain't no law against making a movie. That's my movie release, shorty documentary. That's the role the media plays in misinformation. And I'm getting ready to cook y'all up. That's Charles Gibson, World News Tonight. That's Senator Ben Cardin. All right. 2023. Senator Ben Cardin from 2007 to now. Senator Cardin's got to turn over all that information. President Obama asked for an investigation. That's Ozzie Newsome in the Baltimore Sun. That's a legal notice. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. That's Baltimore City, Lake County, and Baltimore County courts. People versus State Illinois and Dwayne Davis. I never got a trial. That's Governor O'Malley, Governor Quinn, and the Attorney General. I'm not Emmett Till. You feel me? I'm not Emmett Till. I never got a trial. That's the United States Supreme Court. Right there. All right? That means I get a writ of certiorari. And I filed a motion to go to court. Right there, 1402 Lochner. Judge Marcella Holloman been blocked at. That's Judge Marcella Holland, 2009, long before I got locked up. Ozzie Newsome. And that's Thurgood Marshall, because like I said, we're going to the Supreme Court. That's Ozzie Newsome, and that's the Baltimore Sun. See the date? 2006, Get Shorty. That's Al Brumby from the Baltimore Orioles. That's me, my visitor's pass from City Hall. And that's the Baltimore Sun. That's my visitor's pass to Annapolis. And that's my whistleblower's application. That's my Community Verizon Award. That's my whistleblower's application on the courts and the corruption in the courts. That's Marilyn Mosby. That's Greg Bernstein. That's Scott Shellenberger. That's Judge Holland, Judge O'Malley, Judge Turnbull, Judge Pearson, Judge Rossetti, Greg Bernstein, Michael Waller, and Michael Nearham. I gave you Jim Crow. I gave you Scott Shellenberger. Baltimore Rewired, the money behind the machine. Y'all made Baltimore the wire? This is Baltimore Rewired. This is Baltimore Rewired, the money behind the machine. You feel me? That's me in Lake County, Illinois. That's a class action lawsuit. Y'all locked me up for that. That's me. And like I said, it's the great race debate. Yeah. You locked up a whistleblower and an honorably discharged veteran. I'm a veteran. I'm good at what I do. Get all videos and legal material from who? Gov.O'Malley, Facebook, social media for social change. That's me. And Ben Carson's. Talking about homelessness. That's me in the prison industry, 2011. That's me in Lake County. That's the real news. And that's me and Adam May when you did the interview. Racism don't work without black cooperation. That's why it's working so good in Baltimore County. You got Julian Jones saying yes to everything them white people say. That's my license plate. If you run that plate, you stole my property. I'm an innocent individual. I was found innocent of all charges. And those are the criminal charges. See that? See that? That's the NAACP. That's Governor Glendenning. And that's the Department of Justice, Robert Hardin, Criminal Division. Whistleblower. That's Tim Tennyson from the Baltimore WBAL. Tim Tennyson, he got that. Daryl D'Souza had that. Senator Bush had that. Delegate Bush, the speaker, had that. Like I said, it's all in the book. I'm not Emmett Till. I want justice. That's Scott Shellenberger. And that's Robert Hardin from the Department of Justice. You got my paperwork. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Activism ain't terrorism. I'm not a slave. I'm a free black man. See the date? It's a Jailhouse Diary. I ain't a jailhouse snitch.